That was the Duke Ellington ending. Lots of these endings are named after, famous jazz performers and composers, people like Duke Ellington for this one, and Count Basie is another one that we've had in this series. And you will have heard them lots of times before, but they work. They're great little things. And everybody knows the minute they hear that start to kick off exactly what's going to happen in the song. This is a lovely, simple, but really effective ending. We're doing it in the key of C, but we are going to look how we can do it in other keys at the end of this. So we get to the end of our song, and maybe the last couple of chords might be D minor, G7. But instead of strumming that chord, we're just going to play the first string of our C chord, the 3rd fret on the 1st string. Then we go to our 2nd string, open, and we walk up that string just like we did for the Count Basie ending. Open, 1, 2, 3. When we get to 3, this little bit is just like the beginning of the country walk-up intro that we did just a couple of lessons ago. So as you'll see, a lot of these intros and endings and little vamp patterns borrow things from each other. So the more you learn, the more you can build your own. The trick with this one, as with the Count Basie ending, is the timing. Everything seems to fall nicely except for that 2nd note, which is a little bit earlier than we might expect, and that's what gives it its push, its excitement. So our notes are but the timing we're after is this. 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and. That 2nd note doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, which works but just doesn't have the excitement. We get this. Okay, so work on getting that again nice and punchy. Don't let things ring out too much. That one can ring. But then towards the end, start to make it a little bit snappier. Now you could just stop there, or we can put a chord on the end. And what I like to use is this one. It's in your tab. 2, 2, 3, 3. It's a C6/9, and lots of jazz songs have this one on the end. It's just a really sweet sounding chord to finish on. So the whole thing would be finishing my song and then like that. So what if you don't want to do it in C? Well, if you can recognise how that all relates to a C chord, you can play a barred equivalent of a C chord. So our D chord at the 2nd fret, bar fret 2, little finger on the 5th fret, that looks like a C chord. So you should be able to imagine that this 1st finger is the nut, and there's our 1st note now on the 5th fret. And to find that last chord, whatever this top note is that you finish on, that's the top note of that chord. So I could do it anywhere. I could do it at the 5th fret, then it would be an F. So like with the Count Basie ending, try and see if you can find the last chord of your song. Instead of it being an F down here, find an F that uses that C shape moved up, or whatever chord it happens to be for the key you're in, and then imagine that's the nut, and you can relate all of those things to that chord shape. I hope you've enjoyed this ending. There's loads more to come, plus intros and vamps, all these little things that can make your playing more interesting. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in another lesson soon. Bye!